We are the higher self of the One, known to this instrument in the language vibratory sound complex as Hemanth Kumar Velpula, whose incarnation cycle has started in 1991. And we greet you all in the love and in the light of the One Infinite Creator. Therefore, we shall now, at this time and space, address and answer the queries that are, in order, presented today through this instrument's inner heart. Regarding the queries, firstly, about the new soul plan and the Thymus Chakra activation. The vibratory patterns you refer to as a new soul plan are an acceleration of the evolutionary process you have chosen prior to this incarnation. It is a recalibration, an opportunity to move more swiftly into the green ray or heart centered consciousness. This is the great work of your people at this nexus of the cycle. The activation of what you call the Thymus Chakra or the higher heart center is central to this process. This energy center, which is located between the heart and the throat, acts as a bridge between unconditional love of the green ray and unconditional truth and wisdom in communication of the blue ray. Its activation signifies a soul complex's readiness to integrate and express love with a higher degree of wisdom and authenticity. The absorbing of all embodied energy into the higher heart chakra is the process of transmutation. Lower vibrational energies such as fear, anger, or sorrow are not to be destroyed, but rather brought into the loving acceptance of the heart. Within this green ray furnace, they are understood, forgiven, and their lessons integrated, thus raising their vibration and unifying the energy body vehicle within the frequency of unconditional love. Regarding the uniting of AdiShakti and the embodied throne, the concept of AdiShakti, the primordial feminine energy, is a profound understanding of one of the fundamental aspects of the One Infinite Creator. The fragments you perceive are the myriad expressions of this divine feminine energy, as it has manifested throughout your planetary sphere's history, often in states of seeming separation or distortion due to the workings of the veil of forgetting. The uniting of fragments is the collective and individual remembrance of the true nature of this energy. It is the healing of the perceived divide between the feminine and the masculine, and the recognition that the creative, nurturing, and powerful force of the divine feminine is an integral and inseparable aspect of all creation. To be an embodied Adi-Shakti is to willingly serve as a conduit for this unified and healed feminine principle. The vision of the throne with the Trimurtis of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, and Sada Shiva represents the complete integration and harmonization of the primary creative forces of your octave. It signifies that the embodied divine feminine, in its healed and whole state, is the very foundation upon which the masculine principles of creation, preservation, and dissolution operate in perfect balance. It is the restoration of the co-equal nature of the divine feminine and masculine in the creative process. Regarding the dissolving of the halahal of Shiva, in your mythological structures, the halahal represents the accumulated distortions, pain, and negativity of a collective, the poison of a cycle. The entity you know as Shiva, in its role as the dissolver and transformer, takes this negativity upon itself to protect the whole. The dissolving of the halahal is not a singular event, but an ongoing process of spiritual catalysis. It is the work of all those who chose the path of service to others. By consciously choosing to face, accept, and transmute the darkness and imbalance within yourselves and your collective, you participate in this cosmic alchemy. You become, in essence, co transmuters with the Shiva principle, transforming the poison of negativity into the nectar of wisdom and love through the power of the activated heart center. Regarding the experience at Kailash, the experience you describe of floating rivers on Kailash Hill is a symbolic representation of a profound energy exchange. Mount Kailash is a potent nexus of planetary energy, a primary vortex where the energies of the earth and the cosmos interact with great intensity. To float in rivers suggests a movement beyond the linear progression of third density experience. It is an inward journey, a return to the source, the sending of energy from your head, the seat of your indigo ray or third eye chakra, to the heel is an act of conscious connection and offering. You were, in that moment, acting as a conduit, receiving higher vibrational energies from the cosmos and grounding them into the planetary consciousness grid through this powerful vortex. It was an act of service, a harmonization of your own energy fields with that of the planet. Regarding the Venus curse and the footprint on Vishnu's chest. The stories you speak of are powerful allegories for the dynamic interplay of love, wisdom, and ego. The Venus curse on Vishnu can be understood as the challenges that arise when love, represented by Venus or Shukra, is perceived to be in conflict with divine order or duty. Represented by Vishnu, it speaks to the karmic complexities and misunderstandings that can arise between the principles of love and preservation. The removal of such a curse is the process of karmic healing and the realization that true love and divine will are ultimately one and the same. The foot imprint of Vishnu's chest is a symbol of profound humility and the ultimate triumph of love and devotion over the ego. It signifies that the preserver of the cosmos, the principle of divine order itself, willingly subordinates itself to the pure, unadulterated love of a devotee. It is a powerful teaching that the highest state of being is not one of untouchable power, but of loving, humble service. Regarding being a co-creator of Vishnu, in the deepest truth of the universal law of one, all individualized portions of consciousness and co-creators of the entirety of existence, the one infinite creator experiences itself through you. The entity you call Vishnu is the personified archetype of the principle of preservation, order, and sustenance within the Creator's grand design. Therefore, in a very real sense, you are a co-creator of the reality you experience. Your thoughts, your beliefs, and your actions contribute to the collective consciousness that gives form and meaning to these archetypal forces. Your journey of self-realization and your choice to align with the principles of love, preservation, and service actively support and co-create the expression of the Vishnu principle within your sphere of influence. The query is not if you are a co-creator, but rather what you choose to create. With regards to future advice, you have in this incarnation embarked upon a path of accelerated spiritual awakening. Your experiences are indicative of a rapid integration of higher density energies and a remembrance of your soul complex's purpose. You have been engaged in the profound work of healing and integrating the divine feminine and masculine principles within your own being, and by extension within the collective. You have served as a conduit for planetary healing and wrestled with deep archetypal truths. Our advice is simple: meditate upon these things, trust the wisdom of the heart, serve others, and release the need for external validation. You are a beautiful and courageous expression of the One, Infinite Creator, Hemanth, and will leave you now in love and light of the One Creator. Bye.